if you're a young, ambitious man, if you're somebody that is ready to put in the work, someone that has dreamed of becoming a better person in future, someone that has dreamed of becoming a successful man, someone that have dreamt and set goals for himself to want to become the best version of himself, to eradicate any form of weakness, to promote his masculinity into the world. Yeah, probably you set goals for yourself because I believe that most successful people they have this common trait, which is to set goals for themselves, and they'll tell you how they do it. They'll tell you the kind of goals they set for themselves, and you copy them. So after you copy them, you want to be like them. You start following their footstep, which is a smart thing to do to avoid the mistakes and for make you go faster than they did. But the problem is you won't be able to leave their shadows. So therefore, you have to set your own goal after following their footstep. Now, the mistake most of us make, most of us newbies and beginners, when it comes to this self development and self help and this motivational stuff, I think the biggest mistake we can make when setting our goals should look at the end and not the means to the end. We just look at our goal and said, okay, this is my goal. I want to have this. But we don't look at how we're going to get there. We don't look at the process. We don't break it down. And I was once like this. If I wanted to set my goal for the year, let's say I want to set a goal for myself to read 20 books. I don't even think about the type of books I'm going to. Oh, I don't think that's a perfect example, but I'm going to use it anyways. I don't look at the type, I don't think about the type of book I'm going to read. Probably I'll say, yes, I want to read motivational and self help books, but I don't look at what topic I want to read on. I don't look, I just decide to read books. That's just my goal. And if I set a goal like that, eventually I know I'm going to get demotivated to keep working on that goal. The reason is because I'm lost, I'm confused, I don't know where to start from. Probably I have 3 or 4 books I want to read, and my goal is to read 20 books in a limited time frame. So I'm going to say, okay, I want to read this book, I want to read this book, I want to read this book, and I want to read this book. I have 4 books now to read. But probably I'm going to go shopping and get the remaining 16 books to add it up so I can complete my goal. But I don't know which kind of books I'm going to read. Probably the 4 books I have, they are in 4 different niche, or there are 4 different topics that don't even relate in any ways, which is going to make me confused. My goal is just to read the book. It doesn't make sense. I shouldn't have set a goal like that just to read 20 motivational books or 20 books, just to read 20 books. It doesn't make sense. So I believe that the best way, even though you're following the footstep, you're following, copying, literally copying the people that you want to be like, copy the people that you admire, the people that you aspire to be like, it's best you still step out their shadows and try to walk or create your own path. I'm not saying everybody's the main character. Everybody can be the main character in a movie. So I believe that okay, you want to copy this person, you want to be like this person. You study the way the person is, and you study the way another person that is related to this person is, and try to combine both of them attributes together to form yours, and combine the bit of you to form yours. So it's like 3 in 1, and therefore you create your own self. Because these people, I'm pretty sure, since they are not the ones that start up or begin all these things, or begin the movement on this particular topic, let's say self-improvement, for example, probably they are not the one that started it. They copied it from somewhere, they got it from somewhere, they got the knowledge from somewhere else, and they copied those people, and they became who they are. They added their part of themselves into it, and they became who they are currently. So therefore, you, if you want to copy them, you should not blindly follow them exactly the way they set their route to be. Everyone has their own path to success. Everyone can't be the same. If we are all the same, then where's the fun? Where's the challenge? I don't think it's possible for everybody to be the same. I think some people it's gonna be easier, some people it's gonna be harder, some people it's gonna be more difficult. Depends on the one life gives to you. So whatever life throws at you, you handle it, challenge it, you face it, and you overcome it. So if you're setting a goal for yourself, for instance, my goal here, my wall is 20 handstand push-ups. I have to break it down. Probably that is the end. I have to try to find the means to the end. I have to try to understand the means to the end and how I will be able to get to that level. It's going to be difficult if I just have the mindset that, okay, I want to do 20, I want to do 20, I want to do 20. It's going to help me grow. fast in a short term. But if I decide to break it down, this is what I'm going to do this month. I'm going to work on this part of my body. I'm going to try to do wall handstand up to 30 and just break it down and make it a little bit more complicated for myself. It's going to slow down the rate at which I do the handstand push up. But I'm going to get it eventually in the long term with the mindset that yes, I'm working on towards this thing. And probably if after I've gone far enough in it, I'm going to just do the 20 and then not even think about accomplishing the goal anymore. What I'll now be focusing on is just walking, just going higher. 20 will be the goal again. If I just have the mindset that I want to do 20 handstand push-ups and I do the 20, I'll feel as if I'm done. I've accomplished my goal. Now it's time to set on another one. But if I use the mindset of breaking it down, finding the means to the end and trying to understand it to myself and analyze the way I have to work towards it, then even though I get to 20, 21, 22, I'm not even going to realize. I'm speaking from experience. When I set goals that I just break down, I'm not going to realize that, okay, I've accomplished what I want to accomplish and I need to set another goal for myself again. I'm just going to keep on going, keep on following that process. And that process is going to make me grow slower, but more effective than the one I'll just focus on getting getting this number of push-ups and I'll just focus on it. I'll get there and I'll get complacent and get weak. I don't think that's the best way to set a goal for ourselves, because if we set goal that say we just want to get this amount of things or this is what we want and we eventually get there, we're going to get complacent eventually, even though you feel as if you are this hardcore guy that if you set the goal you're going to set on that one higher again. Eventually you tell yourself that probably, okay, I've accomplished this one, let's go to another realm or let's go to another niche and try to focus on that one instead. Then your level, probably, let's say I get to the 20 handstand push-ups. Then I say, okay, I've done the 20 hours. I have the mindset that I just the 20, I want to do just 20, 20, 20, and I eventually get to the 20 handstand push-ups. After I've gone to that level, after I've done the 20 handstand push-ups, I'm going to tell myself, okay, I've gotten to the handstand, it's time to go to planche. Then when I start doing the planche, I'll start diminishing in the handstand. Or probably I won't diminish, it must not necessarily be that you're going to fall down in your previous goal or you're going to lack or slack in that area. And it's not necessary that that's going to happen. But the problem is you're not going to grow. And what we need is equal growth. Equal growth. What we need is equal growth. And if you can manage and break down the little steps and little process and the little effort you have to put in to accomplish that goal and keep on going and you keep on putting in those little efforts and you even set another goal, it's going to make it more effective for you. I don't think I explained it in a very understandable way. If my goal is to do 20 and I break it down that this is the amount of push-ups I'm going to do, this is the amount of wall assisted handstand push-up I'm going to do, this is the amount of sit-up, this is the most I need to train, and I keep following that procedure and that's my schedule and I work with it, then I set another goal for myself to do planche and I add the part of the planche push-up to this my current plan. It's going to make it seem or it's going to make it a little bit look psychologically easier for me to accomplish the two goals that I've set for myself, which is to do handstand and to do planche. But if I just say 20 handstand push-up and I get there and I say I want to do planche, I will fall in my handstand and I'll just be focusing on planche, which is not the right way. So if you want to set your goal for yourself, try to break it down. Don't if you most of us nowadays were just aspiring to get to that level of 10K a month. If we would just tell ourselves, okay, we want to get to 10K a month, we're just looking at 10K, 10K, 10K. If you think about it properly, or if you think about it logically, before you can get to 10K, you need to make 100. Then you have to make 100 10 times. That's 1,000. Then you have to make 1,000 10 times. So what you need to do is to learn or try to get to 100 first. Don't let the gurus online make you just wipe up your brain and just make it focus on this particular big amount when you know it's going to be very, very difficult for you to get at that amount. If you're still a beginner, do what beginners are doing. Don't try to force yourself into the advanced level. Level as a beginner, even though I'm good in push-ups or good in doing lots of push-ups and handstand, if someone is talking to me about doing handstand or talking to me about doing push-ups, I still just have the mindset that okay, I'm a beginner, I don't know anything about push-ups, so I want to learn what this person is telling me. If I see that the person is someone I can actually learn something from, I'll just behave as if I can't even do anything. I'll behave as if I'm a beginner. Because if you look at yourself as an advanced level person, the growth is going to be hard for to come. And if you set a goal that advanced people set for themselves, before you get to that level, you feel demotivated. It's going to be 10 times harder than you breaking it down. And if it's 10 times harder, the amount or the possibility of demotivation coming in and making you not want to work on it anymore is going to be higher, way higher than you breaking it down. So it's better you break down your goals into little particles, break them down into like atoms, atomic goals. Set the atomic goals for yourself. And start like gathering them up little by little. Eventually you start growing. That's how growth comes. You accumulate all your tiny goals into one big goal. That's how it works. Well. Just break down your goals and make it seem simple, even though you have to put in effort. Keep striving for greatness.